For over a decade, America has watched the Browns Kody, Christine, Janelle, Meri, and Robyn navigate plural marriage, faith, and family under one roof. But behind every sister-wife's smile lies a silent tug-of-war. In recent years, as separations, resentment, and public heartbreak tore through the family, Kody tried something different.
Oh, it's coming back. But I said, you better get out of here because she'll eat it.
Who they are.
That's what I heard those polygamists do.
Okay, that is not true. Polygamists do not eat dog.
The moment Kody said, "Let's leave finances out of it," Robyn's eyes said it all. Robyn, no, you can't separate money from family. It's everything we've fought about. That one sentence turned a family exercise into emotional warfare. For Robyn, money wasn't control, it was protection. But for Kody, it was exposure. To understand Robyn's reaction, you have to look deeper at how money has always defined her place in the family. Fans recall, when Robyn joined, Kody's finances changed dramatically. A new home, new debts, and questions about favoritism surfaced online. Every time Kody says we can't afford it, he's already bought something for Robyn. So when Kody suggested money had no place in a mission statement, it wasn't just about finances, it was about control, and Robyn wasn't letting go. Was it about values, or about keeping the power in her hands? Kody's vision was simple: focus on love, faith, and legacy. But with the wives divided and the money talk reopened, that vision slipped away. Kody, we've spent years fighting about money. I don't want it defining who we are anymore. But in Robyn's eyes, avoiding the topic meant avoiding accountability. And for the rest of the family, it meant erasing years of hurt. Each woman left the table with the same question: if money isn't part of the mission, then who gets to define the future? A mission statement meant to unite, now dividing the family even more. But what fans didn't see was the clause that nearly made it into the mission statement draft. Sources close to the Browns reveal that Robyn initially proposed a joint financial trust clause, one that would consolidate all assets under one name. And that name wasn't Kody's. It was Robyn's. What was framed as fairness may have been a silent power grab. When Kody rejected the clause, that's when tension exploded. Insiders claim he accused Robyn of playing CEO of the family, while Robyn allegedly shot back, "Someone has to act like an adult." When the episode aired, fans erupted. Forums lit up. Hashtags trended. #RobynControl and #MoneyMission warred across social media. She wants to run the whole family. Kody's blind to how deep she's pulling the strings. Christine got out just in time. In the days that followed, even longtime fans admitted the mission statement may have revealed the family's true mission all along: survival. As for the others, Janelle and Meri, their silence spoke louder than any mission statement ever could. What's left of a family once their values become negotiable? Weeks later, Kody posted a cryptic message on social media: "Our mission is to heal." Fans wondered if it meant reconciliation or resignation. Maybe the Browns don't need a mission statement written on paper. Maybe what they need is truth. Because when money writes the rules, love rarely gets the last word. What do you think, Sister Wives fans? Was Robyn right, or was this all about control? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Part 2. Before Janelle Brown became a sister wife, she was simply Janelle Shriver, a bright, ambitious woman raised in a mainstream LDS family. Her faith was traditional, her family conservative, but destiny had a different plan. In 1988, Janelle married Adam Barber, the brother of Meri Barber, who would later become Meri Brown, Kody's first wife. Yes, you heard that right. Janelle's first husband came from a family connected to polygamy, a stark contrast to her LDS upbringing. For her family, that union was the first quiet rebellion. The seeds of sister wives were planted long before the cameras rolled. To understand why Janelle's family boycotted her later wedding, we need to understand the chasm between mainstream LDS beliefs and the world of polygamy. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, often called the mainstream LDS Church, banned polygamy in 1890. But breakaway sects, known as fundamentalists, continued the practice, believing it sacred. Janelle's family were mainstream believers. Kody Brown, however, came from the opposite side, a modern fundamentalist family, where plural marriage wasn't just accepted, it was divine. My family couldn't accept it. They said I was walking away from everything I was raised to believe. When Janelle chose to marry Kody Brown, her family didn't just disapprove, they refused to show up. For them, her wedding wasn't a celebration, it was a betrayal. It was the early 1990s. Janelle stood beside Kody in a modest ceremony surrounded by his family, and almost none of hers. Her family's boycott wasn't loud or hateful. It was quiet, decisive, and permanent. They didn't believe in polygamy, and they didn't believe she should either. But the irony runs deeper. Janelle had once been part of that same family circle when she was married to Meri's brother. Two families, two faiths, colliding under one roof. Was her second marriage an act of love, or a return to unfinished history? Here's where the story takes a turn, one that Reddit users and longtime fans can't stop debating. Wait, didn't Janelle first marry Meri's brother? So she was already linked to Kody before she joined the family? Her family didn't approve either time. Maybe it's deeper than faith. Some online believe Janelle's family's disapproval wasn't just about religion, it was about the man she was marrying into. If true, that means Janelle crossed the same family line twice, first through Meri's brother, then through Kody himself. Two marriages linked by one woman, one family, and one forbidden faith. The Brown-Barber connection wasn't coincidence, it was destiny, rewritten. Decades later, Janelle rarely speaks of that first marriage, but the emotional scars are visible in her calm defiance, her focus on independence, and her refusal to follow anyone's lead, not even Kody's. For Janelle, polygamy was never about blind faith. It was about control, freedom, and choice. She walked into it on her own terms, even if it meant walking alone. Janelle's strength is why we love her. She's the only one who truly made polygamy look independent. Her story deserves more respect. And yet the question remains, did faith divide her family, or was it love that challenged their faith? Sometimes the price of faith is family. Today, Janelle Brown stands as one of the most admired figures in the Sister Wives universe, strong, private, grounded. But behind her calm strength lies a woman who's been rejected twice for the same reason, choosing love her own way. Her family's silence at her wedding wasn't the end of her story. It was the beginning of her independence. And maybe that's the real mission statement of Janelle Brown. What do you think, Sister Wives fans? Did faith tear Janelle's family apart? Or did her courage redefine what family truly means? Share your thoughts below. Hit like if you've ever chosen love over approval. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. Years before Sister Wives ever aired, Janelle Shriver stood at another wedding altar alone. Born into a mainstream LDS family, Janelle's upbringing followed traditional Mormon values: no plural marriage, no controversy, no reality TV fame. But destiny would test that. Her first husband's family had ties to fundamentalist beliefs, a quiet connection to polygamy. Her own family disapproved, calling it a dangerous road. We didn't understand why she'd go from safety to something so complicated. Years later, when Janelle married Kody Brown, a man openly practicing plural marriage, her family refused to attend. Not out of anger, but conviction. They didn't boycott the woman. They boycotted the belief. This quiet protest set the tone for everything that followed: the emotional isolation, the tension between faith and independence, and the unseen connection between Janelle and Meri that fans still debate today. Fast forward to 2025. The Browns sit in a circle talking about healing, about unity, about a mission statement. But history, as always, repeats itself. When Kody suggested leaving money out, Robyn instantly pushed back. To her, finances were not just numbers, they were security, fairness, and survival. Robyn doesn't want equality, she wants control. She's the CFO of emotions and money. To outsiders, it looked like another Brown family argument. But inside that conversation was a power shift, one that mirrored Janelle's early rejection from her own family. Money and faith, two sides of the same control. Robyn's insistence that finances define family values wasn't new. It echoed an old story: women challenging patriarchal authority in a system built on faith and fear. As Robyn fought for financial inclusion, Janelle quietly withdrew. Viewers saw it: the calm defiance, the independent bank account, the RV life. Ironically, the two women were living opposite versions of the same story: Robyn demanding control over shared money, Janelle taking control of her own. "I'm not dependent on Kody. I make my own financial choices." Their tension wasn't about dollars. It was about identity. Robyn's need for inclusion mirrored Janelle's lifelong fight for independence, and both clashed with Kody's need for dominance. The real mission statement wasn't about love. It was about power. To understand why this fight felt so personal, we have to step back to where it all began: the schism within Mormonism itself. In 1890, the LDS Church officially banned polygamy under federal pressure. But splinter groups like the one Kody's family came from continued, believing they were preserving the original covenant. For Janelle's family, her union with Kody was spiritual treason. For Robyn, embracing that system meant salvation. Both women were following faith, just in opposite directions. Fans today call it the Brown paradox: how two women could embody opposite values but share the same loneliness. In the Brown family, faith isn't about belief, it's about belonging. Then came the twist, one that fans spotted buried in early drafts of the family mission statement. According to insider leaks, Robyn proposed that all Brown family assets be consolidated under a single trust, the name on the trust hers. If true, that clause would have given Robyn full oversight of the family's money, a symbolic echo of Janelle's family's deepest fear, losing control to faith-based hierarchy. History didn't repeat itself, it evolved. For Janelle, who once watched her own family reject her over belief, the idea of another woman consolidating power in faith's name may have been the final straw. And for Robyn, perhaps it wasn't greed, but survival. In a crumbling marriage, control meant stability. When the episode aired, viewers didn't just see a disagreement, they saw 2 decades of pain erupt in real time. Robyn's obsession with money is her protection. Janelle's independence is her revenge. This isn't about polygamy, it's about trauma. In the aftermath, both women stepped into silence. Robyn, tearful and defensive. Janelle, resolute and calm. 2 different endings to the same story. Maybe the family mission statement never needed to be written because the Browns had already defined it in their own ways. For Kody, it was control. For Robyn, it was security. And for Janelle, it was freedom. Faith built this family, money fractured it, but truth is what finally set them apart. Before the money, before the mission statement, there were fractures no one wanted to see, years of loyalty tested, and love measured in silence. Christine walked away from a promise. Janelle chose freedom over faith, and Robyn held on to a family already slipping through her fingers. 3 wives, 1 truth some families break long before they split. The mission statement wasn't just for the parents. It was for the children left to make sense of a fractured home. The kids saw more truth in silence than Kody ever said out loud. Garrison and Gabriel questioned their father's loyalty. Madison spoke about peace outside the faith, while Dayton stood by Robyn, trying to protect what was left. In their eyes, money and faith weren't ideals, they were the currency of love that kept running out. When children become the witnesses, truth is no longer optional. Sociologists who study plural marriages note that financial transparency is often the strongest predictor of emotional stability. But in families where faith dictates structure, that balance rarely exists. In the LDS mainstream, polygamy is forbidden by law. Yet in fundamentalist branches, it's considered divine order. This duality creates a psychological loop, guilt versus obedience, that few families escape intact. When love is divided but power is not, someone always breaks. And in the Brown house, that someone was every one of them. Faith built the foundation. Money cracked the walls. Coming next, Christine's comeback, how freedom became her faith. After years of silence, she finally tells the truth about what really happened behind closed doors. What do you think, Sister Wives fans? Was Robyn fighting for fairness or control? And did Janelle's independence come from faith or from heartbreak? Comment your thoughts below. Hit like if you've ever had to choose between love and loyalty, and subscribe for next week's episode, Meri's Brother, The Hidden Ties, how Janelle's first marriage changed everything.